This video is now in session. Today we're going to do New York and as well as Pennsylvania, and these two states combined have a lot of electoral votes. So let's get started. But before we get started, I have gotten a question about my statement saying that Republicans will dominate the redistricting process. Right now, it doesn't seem like the Republicans would dominate the redistricting process. But once we get to Texas and Florida, then you'll see how Republicans will dominate it. So let's start with Pennsylvania, shall we? Pennsylvania is one of the states where their state legislature and their governor is split. So for state senate and the state house, how does Wikipedia not have a state senate race for Pennsylvania? It's one of the most okay, whatever. Anyway, state house, Republicans definitely control it, 113 to 90, and so as the state senate. That said, in the federal race, in the governor's races, Tom Wolf currently holds the governor's mansion, and he is a Democrat. Meanwhile, John Fetterman is the lieutenant governor for Pennsylvania, and he's also a Democrat. And Republicans do not have a supermajority in either of these chambers to override their vetoes. So as a result, it's split and bipartisan. This is New York's map. We need to go to Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania, this is the current boundaries. Actually, this is not the current boundaries. This is before. So to give some background information, this used to be Pennsylvania's House of Representatives maps. That said, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruled this map unconstitutional to its state constitution. Because it participated heavily in partisan gerrymandering, and you can see a lot of these how that's true. I think this is the map that has like the Donald Duck kicking Goofy kicking Donald Duck. Yeah, here. People describe the Pennsylvania 7th district like Goofy kicking Donald Duck. You can see like the legs right there, Goofy, and then Donald Duck. Anyway, this map was ruled unconstitutional, so they had to change it, and I think I can get that map over. It's right here. This is the new map, and based on this, this I think is the partisan breakdown. No, it is not. Okay. Anyway, that is New York. Republicans and Democrats have an even split in these. 9-9. That said, Republicans, just like based on statistics and not candidates, are more likely to have a majority in the Pennsylvania State House or Pennsylvania House of Representatives. So what could be done is Tom Wolf could try to persuade Republicans to get a partisan breakdown. So it would be 9-9. Right here, this benefits Republicans. This benefits Republicans too. So that would be 9-9, and this would actually help Democrats more because even though it's still 9-9 right now, it is 9-9. What it does is it gives who is that person? Connor Lamb. Yes, it gives Connor Lamb a safer seat, and it also gives these people safer seats. That said, I don't think this is the exact map that should be used because this does not follow the compactness clause, nor does this. So something that's New York again, and so something that makes more sense would be this. So it would eliminate a GOP seat, but what it would do it would make Pennsylvania's 4th district right here and Pennsylvania's 6th district both Democrats, and both in suburban Philadelphia, which has become more Democratic. That said, they will need to take on more rural voters in this area, in the Reading area. Overall though, it would be 9-9, I think. So 1st district, 3rd, 2nd, 4th, 5th, 17th, 9th, and then 7th and 8th, I think. Anyway, it's 9-9. Yeah. Pennsylvania right here. This will stay even. Actually, wait. They're losing a congressional district, right? So it's no longer gonna be even. I'll say 9 to 8 because Dave Wasserman, based on his map, gives Democrats 9 and Republicans 8. I mean, yeah, Republicans 8. So that would be a gain in Democrats by just 1 seat, but 1 seat is still pretty significant nonetheless. That said, it will make more Democratic seats competitive in Pennsylvania. So let's go to delegate edit. And then we can just remove 1 seat. We'll just remove this seat right here and then give that back to Republicans, but that will be worth 0. All right. That's Pennsylvania. Now let's go on to New York. New York has 29 electoral votes, meaning that it has 27 congressional districts. It's bound to lose 1. It may even lose 2, but I'm going to say it's going to lose 1 because I'll just make California lose the other one. It's either California and New York are both losing 1, or New York's losing 2 and California's losing none. Okay, so for New York, this one is another crown jewel, at least for Democrats. It's like Illinois, like I mentioned in the previous redistricting video. So that means there's gonna be 26. There's gonna be 26 seats, but this is one of the only states that Democrats control all parts of redistricting. They have the governor's position, the state house, and the state senate, and they also have a supermajority in both state house and state senate. So if Andrew Cuomo somehow decides to veto it, which I doubt he will, then Democrats can still pass the new map. So this is what the map would look like to favor Democrats. It would it would look like this. That said, Dave Wasserman, I believe, has an even better map for Democrats. What it would do is, so what it would do is so Claudia Tenney currently is. Let's go to the current boundaries. Claudia Tenney currently controls New York's 22nd district. She just took the seat away from Anthony Boudinski, who put up a fight in terms of the vote counting that happened in this district. So it's hers now. But that said, Democrats can try to merge 21 and 22 together. Both are held by Republicans. They could try to merge them together so that they would have to fight in one district. Here's what it would look like. And then they would have 22nd right there. Another thing they could do is they could try to get Lee Zeldin to take up more urban voters right here. This is what the district looks like, but for a situation, that's not the right one. But he takes around right here, but Democrats can try to get him to take over some of Long Island, so then he would be in a much worse position. And then for the second district would also be at risk for Republicans. For Republicans. And then if we have 12th district, this is most likely going to be I guess going towards Democrats. Maybe it could go for Republicans, but if there's enough college town voters in Ithaca, then that would go for Democrats. These seats will definitely go for Democrats, and overall what this would do is it would give Democrats 19 seats in comparison to 8 Republican seats. Actually no, this is the current seat. I was I was a little bit confused about how Republicans had that high of a number. Anyway, it would become 23-3, which would be even worse than the Democratic gerrymander scenario that 538 provides. Now, Republicans can definitely try to challenge New York's 25th district and the first district in terms of its compactness, but I think the courts of New York will side with the Democrats in this, just because it looks compact enough. So let's see, let's see the Republican districts. So Republican districts would most likely be 21st, 22nd, and 23, right? Lee Zeldin could be endangered. Nicole Malatakis. Oh, yes, Staten Island. Yes, this is another Republican seat that's probably going to be endangered. And the reason why, Staten Island, this was flipped in 2020. If we zoom in, can we zoom in? Okay, there we go. This is one of the seats flipped by Republicans by like 7 percentage points. And this one could be at risk because if we go really into this, New York Times doesn't really provide a good enough detail. Let me go to another map. All right, this is currently New York's 11th congressional district. It takes on Staten Island and as well as parts of Brooklyn. So what Dave Wasserman drew is that right here, it would take on more of Brooklyn. So it would take on right here instead of right here. Yeah, and the reason for that is because this is probably less democratic in comparison to this area. So if Nicole has to take on this area, then she's gonna be in much more danger. So yeah, and you can see Lee Zeldin right here. Currently, he takes on this area, which is pretty Republican. But if he takes on this area, and he has to take on like the outskirts of the New York area, then he could also be endangered in 2022. And so as the second district. The second district, I think, will still go towards Republicans. That said, it will most likely still it will most likely be like the margins that we saw in 2020, which is pretty competitive. 6.9 percentage points, 7 percentage points in terms of victory for Republicans. What else could we talk about with this map? So yeah, they could put John Katko 24. Yeah. So pretty okay. So yeah, I would take the outskirts of Syracuse for 24. That would be ultimately yeah, that would ultimately I think be good for Republicans. Okay, so Jacobs would be axed. New Syracuse Ithaca for yeah. Okay. Yeah. This. Okay. That would be. I mean, this would be good for Republicans until Katko gets out of the House of Representatives. Then New York. Then Democrats could put this back into play. But the reason why they're excluding Syracuse on 24 is because they want Anthony Brindisi to win in the 22nd district. Claudia Tenney won against Brindisi. In 2020. So by doing that, they would allow him to have a bigger chance of winning since it has Syracuse and Utica as well as parts of outskirts of Ithaca. So yeah, Republicans would be having the 21st district, the 24th, and the 23rd district. Democrats would have literally every other district, I think. Yeah, actually, so then that would mean second district would be good for Democrats. Okay, so yeah, that's actually very, very good for Democrats. So 21-3, and that would give them 24, 26 seats. Yep, all right, that's all right. And then we can color it that. So as a result, I would be taking one of these seats out. Alright, this isn't exactly the map it will look like, but it's going to be similar to this. 3 Republicans there. The rest is all Democratic. So, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Next video, we're going to go into even more competitive states. I think we're going to... Actually, I have to edit this a little bit. This will go... This will go, this will go, and this will go. Okay, so the next video I'm going to talk about North Carolina as well as Michigan. And then from there, I'm going to talk about Georgia. I might be able to fit Georgia into Michigan and as well as North Carolina. And then from there, I'll do separate ones on California, Florida, and Texas. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This video is now adjourned, and I'll see you in the next one.